But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
Bro, why don't you...
Yo, could I do a freestyle for you guys?
Heck yeah, go ahead.
All right, dope. I appreciate that. So, can y'all give me like some words to challenge me to use in my freestyle?
What are some words? Vinegar.
Vinegar? Nice.
Vinegar. What do you want to do? You gotta pick one. Hurry.
Towel.
Towel.
Towel. All right, let's get one more. Give me a complicated one. You know, really challenge me.
Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia. All right, vinegar,
Yeah.
towel, and encyclopedia. Those are the words. Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right, let's get it. Off the top, I'ma win with words. Me and rappers don't mix oil and vinegar. I'm about to break it down. I'm dropping hella blessings. Adding vinegar when I be making salad dressing. I'ma hit it with the flavor. My verses are major. I be hot like islands by equator. I shock like a taser. Y'all know I'm precise. And every time I rhyme, I'm a god. Soon as the track drops, so it's making you nod. Let's hit it. Neck going off at the top. I just keep it all in motion and I'm not gonna stop. Okay, I'm all up on it and these rappers couldn't front of me. You rocking that cap by the Whiskey Bent Hat Company. Hey yo, I seen it so I must incorporate. These rappers see me beaming and then they saw the hate. I get reckless, I'm blowing up and homie they expect this. Hey yo, we about to check kids up off our checklist. I thought it was cause of my hard flow. Really it's the dog bark though that made her startled. Yeah, hey yo, it happened in an instant. Dreaming of these moments ever since when I was an infant. Yeah, we all up on it and I'm flexing. I utilize my own brain like a weapon. Hey yo, rappers doing me foul, so they making me scowl. When I spit, your brain be soaking up the knowledge like towels. Listen, I'm about to make my speech wow. All listeners while I stretch like a beach towel. Over top of the sand, check how I'm rocking the jam. I be doing the impossible, man. Said I be breaking it down whenever I'm spitting. Y'all know I'm doing that rap work. All three of us are straight up matching in these black shirts. Yeah, it's sorta like we coordinated. When it comes to flexing, dog, I'm more than greatness. I go beyond that with strong raps. I steady make contact with listeners. I be the top positioner. I spit what I envision, bro. I gotta get it done. My heart is the location that I often spit it from. Lifting you up high every time that I do this. All in my brain where the truth is. Whenever I spit, I get ruthless. Yeah, and other rappers, I really don't know what they thinking. What's that you're holding right now? Is that a pink pen? Hey yo, oh no, it's a makeup brush. Other rappers lie in their songs and they make up stuff. Yeah, y'all know I eat them up like clam chowder. I'ma crush a rapper until the man's powder. Like what you using all atop your flesh, I address these lyrics more speedier. Every time I rhyme, and y'all know that I be feeding ya the knowledge that you needin', bruh. Open up my brain, it's like an encyclopedia. What? H-Mac getting busy with these raps. I'm about to make your headspin, leave you dizzy with these facts. And y'all know that I'm polished, I'm the one that they acknowledge. Y'all need this cause Mac ain't got that encyclopedic knowledge. Let's go.
Wait, you kind of...
Hey, Gudgies. Good to see yous. Good to see all four of yous. Good to see you. Good to see you, Canal. Good to see you, Baza. Oh, why am I a little square? Why am I a square, mate? I don't like being square. There we go, sorted. We've caught up with Jim. Jim hasn't got any new observations or anything, so I'll just get straight into the videos. They're both here's the deal ones. One's obviously, I think a few people might have done it by now though. One's the Afroman in court, about the cops and all that, illegally searching his place, doing his thing. And then another one's the one after it is still from Here's the Deal, but it's to do with Afroman's lawyer sort of thing, this one. So we'll have a look at them. And then we've got 2 episodes of Mr. Inbetween and The Last Dragon, 1985, spoof martial arts movie from 85. So let's do it, I suppose. Let's get the first one up. Links there if anybody wants to come in. Let's do it. Right, chat. First one's that one. This one I've seen, the first one I've seen, but the second one from his lawyer I haven't. So let's get this one up. Yeah, he did do it. How long ago? 4 days ago, and he says nobody's talking about these highlights of the Afroman trial at the time, but a good few people have now, I think. So yeah, I suppose let's just get on with it. I suppose let's get the chart up. Go do it all. And sorry, good to see you guys. Somebody on Rumble. No. Okay. Might as well get on with it. Let's do it. I might say a few things, but what I'm gonna say, it's quite fun. It's just quite a fun one. Quite funny at it. But yeah, let's do it. Because he got high. Yeah. Well, the cops that searched his house certainly wanted to get high on his lemon pound cake.
Glasses, but
lemon pound cake.
Isn't he right?
Under the circumstance that I got freedom of speech.
You may not like his hair, his suit, or his sunglasses, but isn't he right?
I like his hair, his suit, and his sunglasses.
Under the circumstance that I got freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my...
Because the cops are trying to sue him for him putting out a video of his video cameras catching the cops illegally searching his place. And they're trying to sue him for that. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do.
You knew there was an investigation.
Fair play to him. It was a wrong search. Fair play to him.
Yeah, I knew the sheriffs was investigating themselves.
Oh, that's how you saw it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If they never would have showed up, there would be...
They're investigating themselves, then, it's not going to be very objective if you're investigating yourself, you know what I mean? And at the same time, you should never help them investigate you. When you're a suspect, you should never, especially if you're innocent, you should never give them enough details, reason, because they're investigating you. Don't give them shit unless you have to.
No songs about them. I wouldn't know who they are. Their faces would not be on my video cameras. We wouldn't be in this room right now if they hadn't raided my house, didn't press no charges, didn't even know what they was doing. This whole thing is their fault. And
this whole thing is their fault. Season caught with a big gold ring of a hash leaf. Love it. Cannabis sleeve. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaf. Okay, cool. Nice. Like it.
They're suing me for their mistake. Police officers shouldn't be stealing the civilians' money. All of this is their fault, and they have the audacity to...
And yeah, he's got a right to say one of them stole it, especially after looking at his lemon pancake. Who else would have stole it? Where did it go? It was there before they were there. it wasn't when they took stuff. And it just happened to be 400 on the dot that was missing. On the dot. Yeah. I think that's a bit of a quinky dink, eh?
To me, these people and you are the predators and the victim at the same time.
Let me ask you a question. When armed bullies suffer blowback from their actions, can they really turn around and claim to be victims? In case you've been living.
Yes, they do. They shouldn't, but they do. They do. That's the problem. They claim to be victims themselves. You know, they're meant to be what? They're meant to be helping the public. You know, all they do is trying to criminalize them, make them into criminals by giving them criminal records for minor infractions like not signaling or something. You know, how is not signaling an immoral law? It's against the law, but legally wise. But who's it hurting really? I mean, it's a minor infraction, and they're giving people a criminal record for stupid small things like that, but not going out and do their job when it comes to pedophiles and such, you know?
Under a rock and you haven't heard about Afroman, he's a rapper who sings about his life experiences, and he lives in Adams County, Ohio. And these Adams County sheriff's deputies have pressed charges on Afroman and are taking him to court. Why? Well, let's just say it's a story about lemon pound cake.
Lemon pound cake. It's the one thing that makes the chunky copper stop and look, stop. He thinks about it, doesn't he? He's gone all raised up right to the ready, but the lemon pound cake stops him in his tracks. He wanted to bite that thing.
A broken gate, a busted down door, and the theft and damage of property belonging to an innocent American who did nothing wrong. The deputies at this trial table that you see behind me claim that Afroman subjected all of them to ridicule, mental distress, and danger. How did Afroman do this, you may ask? Stay with me because I'm going to give you a real brief breakdown.
I'm making a video about them. That's how he did it. And a song. Oh, great, isn't it? Great when they're the one doing unlawful things to you, but you're the one getting sued for it. Unbelievable. Or charged. I think it's civil, isn't it? This one, yeah.
Of what happened leading up to this trial, and I'm going to give you a couple highlights of the Afroman trial itself. In August of 2022, Adams County, Ohio sheriff's deputies hyped up on it.
Happened that long ago, and it's only just come to fruition now with the trial and that. Wow, nearly 4 years ago now. Crazy.
A shady confidential informant's tip about drugs, trafficking, and even possible kidnapping victims went full SWAT mode on Afroman's house like they were MEAL Team 6. And I do mean MEAL Team 6. Mama's homemade lemon pound cake was in real danger, guys. Just like they were fresh off a G.I. Joe movie set or something, the Adams County Sheriff's...
That's what they think they are, G.I. Joes, you know? They just didn't grow up. Like, I wanted to be G.I. Joe when I was a kid. I wanted to dive about with my boots and my camouflage on. You know what I mean?
Department came onto Afroman's property hot, like they were hunting for Osama bin Laden, El Chapo, and Tony Montana all at once.
El Chapo, Tony Montana. Oh, nice. I like it. I like El Chapo Bud, actually. El Chapo is one of my favorite weeds.
My little friend!
They kicked in Afroman's door, no knock apparently needed, stormed in with guns drawn, trashed the place searching everywhere, turned off and broke parts of his security system, seized thousands of dollars in cash, later to be returned a few $100 short per Afroman, scared his family, and found literally nothing illegal. They found no drugs worth
No drugs, nothing illegal. An illegal search, probably based on crap evidence, probably a phone call or something, you know, a call to duty. Yeah, That doesn't mean it says you've got the right to do that, you know, just because you get a call, you know, well, whatever. But yeah, illegal search, found nothing, but yet tried to sue him when you made a video out of it. Completely legal and lawful stuff, video cameras in his house, his own footage in his own house of them illegally searching it. And they try and sue him. That's so bad.
Charging over, no kidnap victims, there were no arrests, they got 0. So Afroman, the Because I Got High legend, did what
Hey, Jem, good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
any stoner rap icon would do. He turned his own home security footage into savage viral diss tracks like Lemon Pound Cake, featuring a deputy creep.
He stopped. He literally stopped for that lemon pound cake. He looked at it. He really did. I know he zoomed in on it. You don't see his eyes, but he certainly did.
Viral diss tracks like Lemon Pound Cake, featuring a deputy creepily eyeing his mom's homemade cake.
Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his glove. Lemon pound cake.
And will you help me repair my door?
Jono in the hoose. How you doing, Jono? Good to see you, brother.
Will you help me repair my door?
He mocked their raid, sampled their overbearing.
Wow, man. Unbelievable, man, that they tried to sue him. Really bad.
Bumbling foolishness, put their faces on merch, and basically turned the botch bust into his biggest recent career boost. And what did the deputies do? They sued Afroman for, get this, invasion of privacy.
Invasion of privacy. Them illegally searching his place, and he is getting done with invasion of privacy. Great, isn't it?
Defamation and
defamation also.
Emotional distress, and getting death threats from internet randos.
Oh, but when other people get death threats from on the internet, from internet randoms and trolls and things like that, and if they get reported, would it get looked into? No, it would not. They would say, stay off the internet or don't talk to them, ignore them. That's what they'd say. But yet, when it comes to the cops, oh, yeah, death threats on the internet. Something got to be done about this. Yeah, when it's someone else, it's something different, isn't it?
Who watched Afroman's videos and listened to his songs. Afroman countersued for the door damage and missing money and the broken gate, called the whole saga,
I hope he got it,
a blessing in disguise, and the saga dragged into the current 2026 trial where irony reached terminal velocity. Cops sitting there in a courtroom all mad because they got caught on his cameras breaking into his house, damaging and stealing his property, and conducting an armed raid that produced jack squat. And that's where we are today. Let me give you some highlights from this trial. Here, the attorney representing the deputies grills Afroman on why, years after the break-in, he had not seen the investigation report himself.
You knew, didn't you, Mr. Foreman, that there had been an investigation by the Claremont County Sheriff's Office into the discrepancy about the cash that was missing from your home, correct? You knew there was an investigation.
Yeah, I knew the sheriffs was investigating themselves.
Oh, that's how you saw it.
Yes, sir.
Investigating themselves, yeah. And that's how it really should work, shouldn't it? Investigating yourself. Not much room for objectivity there, bro.
Okay. And did you ever ask for a report so you could see how bad this investigation of themselves really was?
Yes, I was trying to get involved any way I can. The investigation was going on without any of my participation.
Did you ask for a copy of the report?
I did. I asked for everything. I was trying to be involved. I didn't.
So you've seen the report?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I just saw it a few minutes ago.
Well, you had an attorney when you got the cash returned, correct?
At the station?
Yes.
I had attorney. Yeah, my attorney was present.
Did your attorney ask for a copy of this report?
It wasn't in it. When I got my cash back from the station, It wasn't an investigation until we realized money was missing.
Well, did you contact your attorney and say, hey?
Well, there you go. Exactly. See, he's got an answer for it as well. So, I mean, I completely believe he's telling the truth.
Get me a copy of that report. Your testimony is you never saw a copy of Detective Robinson's report until today.
Yes, sir.
And that's because you didn't want to see a copy of the investigation.
I did want to see. You don't know what I want. I did want to see.
Right. Right. You're trying to divine his thoughts. You know what I mean? You don't know what he wanted. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted everything that had something to do with my money coming.
And that was 3.5 years ago, correct? And you haven't seen a copy of that report that you wanted to see until this afternoon. Is that right?
That's right.
And
I never had my money taken by cops. I didn't know how this goes. I don't know about reports. All I know is live on Fox 19 News, the lady admits that her department is short $400 of my money. That's all I know. I don't know how to investigate police officers.
They're short $400 of your money because they're the ones that took it. So they're actually up rather than short your money. You're short your money. They're up your money.
Money.
That's all you know, and that's all you know today, isn't it? That's the whole basis of your claim.
Hey, Derek, good to see you, bro.
That your money was stolen is that the amount of money that was in the bags is different from the amount of money that was written on the bag.
Yeah, my whole thing is they never should have raided me in the first place.
That's your whole thing.
That's my whole thing.
That's the point,
That's my whole
isn't
thing.
it?
If they never would have showed up, there would be no songs about them. I wouldn't know who they are. Their faces would not be on my video cameras. None of this, we wouldn't be in this room right now if they hadn't raided my house and didn't press no charges, didn't even.
Hey, if they hadn't raided his house illegally, found nothing, you know, then he wouldn't have done the videos because they wouldn't be on the videos for him to be done. It's their own fault. It's their own fault. It just shows the cheek of the man.
Know what they was doing. This whole thing is their fault, and they're suing me for their mistake.
And so you don't really care if they stole your money or not. You're just mad about what they did.
I do care about if they stole them. Police officers shouldn't be stealing the civilians' money. So I do care. All of it is an outrage. But this whole thing is an outrage.
Right.
You have no evidence that they took your money except for the amount on the bag isn't the same as the amount.
How about the lady admit?
Well, who would have took it then if the police took it into custody? In the amount on the bag, it says is short by 400. Then whose fault is it that the money's gone? The police.
That she took.
Could you answer my?
She admitted that she took my money on live Fox 19.
Hey, Alan, good to see you. Hey, bro, good to see you, man.
News. Go argue with the film clip.
Yeah.
Go argue with her admitting that she took my money.
Nobody admitted that they took your money.
Well, whatever. Go look at her admitting that the bag is short because it stayed open all weekend long or 2 weeks after Brian and Officer Cooley just left it and just mishandled it and didn't do it right.
Just so we're honest with the jury here, Mr. Foreman, nobody admitted that they took your money, did they?
They admitted it was short.
Yes.
Yeah, so they admitted it's short. Why is it short when it's in their custody? Come on now.
They admitted that they took your money, correct?
It was short. She admitted, she said that it was short. And usually it's 10, $5, $2 missing. How does $400 even come up missing?
In this segment,
right,
the deputy's attorney grills Afroman.
$400 even, exactly, on the dot.
Some of his claims that a couple of the officers were pedophiles and that one of the female lieutenants stole his money. During the trial proceedings, the attorney for the deputies refers to Afroman's.
By the way, it's not my, it's the video that's doing slow-mo. It's nothing to do with my broadcasting.
Deposition from 2024 to corner him into admitting that his claims were without evidence.
You posted videos about Brian Newland doing hard drugs and snitching on his friend, and you posted those based on rumors, didn't you? We can look at your deposition, but before you argue with me, but isn't that a fact that you made those allegations based on rumors you said you heard?
It's a fact. William Newland is a convicted pedophile, and Brian Newland is his brother. After I zeroed in on Brian, I asked about him. Come to find out, he's a large statutory rapist that has sex with all kind of underage girls. He buys them beers and gets them drunk and all that. That's probably the reason he had to leave the Adams County Sheriff Department, because he beats up his wife and he messed with underage girls, and he had to get out of town and go get a job in Northwood.
All right. You don't want to answer my question.
I do. Please.
Dead. He's dead.
That's another one.
Well, let me ask this one again so I can get an answer. Do you remember in your deposition when I asked you, you have no reason to think these rumors about Brian Newland are true, do you? And you said, well, it's more entertaining if it's true, and I can make some money. Remember that?
No, I don't. That's a however long that deposition was. You can read the deposition and it tells you what I said.
Do we have a copy? Another
I
copy?
think make some money out of it. You know what I mean? After it was illegal, completely illegal, he's within his right to sue. I mean, it's not something I would do, but he's well within his right to.
That, because I'll show it to you. I can show you my copy. Refresh your recollection.
I remember the deposition.
And that deposition was taken in DJ Osborne's office?
Yes, sir.
That's the same office that you used to film that video that we saw last night with the actor playing Lieutenant Lisa Phillips. And he was that.
There is, isn't there, Alan? There is. They're so funny. I think it's great. It's great. He's got a cannabis leaf ring as well. So, and the glasses, the same as his clothes. I mean, it's just Afroman, isn't it? He was always kind of eccentric that way. You know what I mean? Oh, it's a great suit, man. It's a great suit. It'd be better with a Scottish flag, like, you know.
actor was sitting in the same chair that Lisa Phillips sat in during her deposition, wasn't she?
Yeah, the actor played Lisa because I wouldn't have known her if she hadn't came to my house and cut off my camera.
Yeah, right.
Right.
That's the office we're talking about, and that's the office where I took your deposition, right?
Yes, sir.
And in that deposition, I'm referring to page 84 of the deposition. Did I ask you this question, and did you give me these answers, Mr. Foreman? Question: would it be fair to say these are rumors? Answer: Stephanie said it, and some other people that don't remember, I'd be in a hurry in Walmart or something. They shake my hand. Yeah, Brian used to do this, used to do that. Then something, I didn't know him, but this is what I've heard. Question: you don't have any particular reason to think that it's true or not true, right? Answer: well, it's more entertaining if it is true, and I could probably make some money and capitalize on it if it's true.
What are the line numbers?
Did I ask you those questions and you give me those answers?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But
But that's my question.
I've always
Thank you.
put Brian Newland next to his brother. So that's my basis, and I've always
we noticed that.
Yeah.
And your attorney's going to be able to ask you whatever questions he wants. Right now, I'd like you to focus on my questions, Mr. Foreman. You have no evidence that Brian Newland ever molested little boys, do you?
If you look at the picture, he's holding the little boy's butt. It's too much for me. So if you just use your eyeballs, again, his brother's a convicted pedophile.
That's your evidence for posting that pedophile stuff about little boys.
Figure out.
Certainly is, Alan. He certainly is. He certainly is. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. This lawyer's garbage.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of guy is kicking on my door. What kind of guy is walking around my house reading my bank statements? It's a dude that's possibly a pedophile, got a convicted pedophile brother, deputized.
And he's got a right to have that judgment. He's got a right to have that judgment.
By the sheriff, walking around, possibly stealing my money. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on as I zoom in with my cameras. That's not the type of guy I don't think should be on the police force.
Right.
I'm going to refer you again to your deposition. Did I ask you this question and did you give me this answer? And again, the only evidence you don't have any evidence that Brian Newland is a pedophile or plays with little boys. Answer, no, sir. Did I ask you that question? Did you give me that answer?
I don't remember.
You have no evidence that Lisa Phillips stole your money, do you?
I know if she hadn't raided my house, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Right.
Nor a lawsuit or nothing. They never should have been at my house.
Right.
Since you're not going to answer my question, I'm going to go back to your
Look
deputy.
at tales of it though. If they hadn't been in his house, the money wouldn't have gone missing. There wouldn't have been a song made about it. There wouldn't have been. He even tried to sue him. They shouldn't have been there in the first place. They found nothing.
Deposition again, Mr. Foreman, page 102. Do you remember telling me in your deposition,
And because they found nothing, they thought they'd out of it.
Mr. Foreman, that you don't have any evidence that Lisa Phillips stole your money?
Yeah, I she cut off the cameras, but I didn't know who took them. I didn't know who took them. So, all the officers was a suspect in the first, at first, because I didn't know where. After the deposition, I realized that Brian Newland was in charge of the money, and I knew where to focus everything. But at first, all the cops was a suspect, especially after they cut off my cameras, and I couldn't see what they were doing.
Right.
All right. Well, so you don't remember? Is that what you're telling me?
I remember telling you that Lisa, probably didn't take my money, but I just didn't know. I just knew it was missing, and they cut off my cameras, so all of them were suspects until I
Hey, Lord Racer, good to see you, brother. Good to see you all.
figured it out.
So until you figured it out.
Until everybody figured it out, until it was solved of where the missing money was.
All right. So just to clear
Are you coming over to Rumble with us, are you, Alan? Sweet.
this up and move on, you admit that you don't have any evidence that Lisa Phillips stole your money?
No, but I know if she wasn't there in the first place, we wouldn't be having this conversation or be here.
Now the deputy's attorney attempts to spin the story into looking like Afroman is some kind of bad dude because he posted all of his anti-Adams County content just so he could make money.
Is it true
So he should. Why not? Why not? They put him in a position, not the other way around.
that one of your big motivation really in making all of these posts is to make money?
To pay for the damage that they brought to my house
Right.
under the circumstance that they shouldn't have even been there in the first place.
Right.
So the answer to my question is yes, your motivation was to make money.
To pay for the damages that they brought to my house under the circumstances that they shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Have you made enough yet to make up for it?
Not really. You know.
How much have you made on it?
I don't know exactly, but it wasn't hardly $24,000.
$24,000.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
You're still making money on today, right? With the new posts and advertisements and things.
It's publicity.
You're still selling merchandise, aren't you?
No, publicity. Just me. Just everybody. Thanks to them bringing publicity to this, it's just an opportunity to run numbers up and be an entertainer. And
the more lies, outrageous lies you tell about them, the more money you can make, right?
Where's the lies? Where's the lies? What he's making songs based on the video of them, the videos of them being in his house illegally searching it. It's a song. It's entertainment. If it's the lyrics you're talking about, and he probably told most of the truth in the lyrics.
Fact, they never should have came to my house in the first place.
Right.
Fact, if they hadn't came to my house, they wouldn't have put themselves on the video camera and in my music career.
Right.
All of this is their fact. All of this is their fault. And they have the audacity to sue me. These people and you are the predators and the victim at the same time.
So what they did, searching your house, gave you the right to do everything you
under the circumstance that I got freedom of speech. After they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance camera.
Well said. Oh, flipped off on his surveillance camera as well. So, yeah, exactly right. He doesn't go to the other house. Didn't kick down their door. He doesn't illegally search their place, look for drugs. You know, if he did, he'd be in prison, like where they should be. Not him, them.
Then try to play the victim and sue them.
Making money by exposing the gross criminality of a sheriff's department that's supposed to be out there protecting and serving, not trashing and pilfering, shouldn't even be the focus here. The focus should be that the thugs sitting at this table committed crimes under the color of warrant and law. And what the Adams County Sheriff's Office did to Afroman is what sheriff's offices and police departments all across the country do to other people all the time. They just don't have the resources.
All the time. Exactly. They're the biggest criminals. Biggest criminals.
Or the platform like Afroman to expose this criminal nonsense coming out of sheriffs and police departments. That's why this trial is so damn important and everybody needs to know about it. So please share this with other people. If you like these videos, like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon if you want to support further. The links are in the description, but understand, bad cops and deputies like this are the armed, psychopathic, parasitic, narcissistic, lying-thieving, criminal gang members you were afraid would take over in the absence of a government some of you still think is here to protect and serve you.
Well said, here's the deal.
I'll see you in the next video.
Right, and the next video was this one. And this is Afroman's lawyer, probably talking to Afroman. I've seen this one, the one I've just shown. I've seen this one, I haven't. So don't know what happens in this one. So it should be good. Should be good. Where the kilos inside CD. Yeah, exactly. Where the kilos inside the CD cases. Oh wow. Yeah, it was just rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Even if it was a phone call, you know what I mean? Oh, this guy's got drugs, you know, and they say, well, we've got a call to duty. That doesn't mean to say you've got a right to break into someone's house. You know what I mean? Anyway.
When life get you lemons, you make lemon pound cake.
These 7 vile Adams County, Ohio sheriff's deputies tried to sue Afroman for $3.9 million after they invaded his property.
He's made less than what he said, 24,000 on it. And they tried to sue him for $3.0 million. Unbelievable, man. For their own lawlessness.
Broke
and they already bloody stole money from him.
To his home, stole his stuff, and turned off his security cameras. After 3 days of intense trial proceedings, the jury came back with a verdict.
In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts.
And what was Afroman's reaction?
I didn't win. America won.
Fair play, man. At least he got it. Afroman said his IG went from 200K to 1 million after the trial. Serious. Well, I thought he'd be on a mil anyway, but maybe, mind you, Instagram's a bit of a different thing, isn't it? So yeah, and I suppose a lot of people from the late 90s, early 2000s, a lot of people, youngsters nowadays, won't know him. You know what I mean? Absolutely ace for him, man. Ace for him. Fantastic.
America still has freedom of speech. It's still for the people, by the people. I didn't go down here and sue the police department. I fixed up the damages they made, and I sung songs about them to raise money to do it. They were unapologetic. You can't paint good. You can't paint bad. You know, you just look at the actions, and all the good people got to come together and just do the best you can when these things happen. And when bad things happen, you do your...
I don't know if he's been sweating or crying, but he's actually been crying there by the looks of it. It's not sweat because his forehead would be sweating. He actually cried, look. He cried. So it meant something to him. It meant something to him, man. Yeah, it's definitely a tear streak, man.
Best and make it good. When life give you lemons, you make lemon pound cake.
When life gives you lemons, you make lemon pound cake.
Adams County, you're gonna go to a different area?
No, I'm here. I'm home. If I go to a different area, I got to deal with a different police department kicking down my door, disconnecting my cameras and stealing my money. So my battle is won here. I think I'm gonna lay my head.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Where'd you get the suit from? I gotta ask.
It's custom made. You know what I'm saying? I am the American dream.
Absolutely. I agree, Lord Racer, man. I agree, bro. I agree. I think it's great.
You know what I'm saying? I believe in the rags to riches story. I believe in the Cinderella story. I believe in the American dream. So, yeah, this suit stands for the freedom of speech and the American dream. Amen. Praise God.
Amen. Praise God.
Thank y'all. Hey.
Amen and praise God, brother. I totally 100% agree on that.
Everybody, come give me a big group hug. Come on. A big 80-person hug.
We got about a total of 250 pieces given out. This is the last one, and I'd like to give it to you.
Supporters of Afroman coming from near and far with a message both verbally and symbolically.
For me, this isn't really about Afroman. It's about free speech. So when someone like Afroman stands up for my free speech by using his talents, his musical talents, to fight the corrupt system, we got to come out and support him.
I'm glad
everybody knows what's going on as well. All the car horns and that, they've had it. Brilliant. Afroman ruling, bro.
You know, things went my way, but if they would have took it off from me, I was happy about all the love I was getting from everybody.
I was crying
after them people kicked my door in.
Let's take a look at Afroman's attorney's closing argument.
Here we go. Let's hear this. I've got to hear this.
Your duty as jurors, you've paid attention to the evidence. I'm proud of that. What makes our country great is you have the right to have a jury trial. You have the right to people in the community to see this, weigh the evidence, and make a decision. And I'm proud that you guys are here and doing that. We started this time, I talked about this case was about freedom of speech. But let's talk about what it's also about. It's also about music. Not all music is tasteful. Not everybody likes all music. There's some songs I hate. I think we can find plenty of people that find songs they do not like. But Mr. Foreman, Joe is a rapper and comedian. It's what he's done his whole life is rap, make songs. We got to think of what rap is, because music does not exist in a vacuum.
Right. Well, like when people are rapping, usually aren't they rapping kind of to do with their experiences? Well, all he's doing is entertaining about the experience, an unjust experience he had. So he's doing what he does anyway. I'd say. Afroman.
Music evolves over time. Take a look at jazz. It's evolved. At one time, it was distinct in a certain subculture, and it has now expanded. Rap is the same. Rap started out as a means for people to express social commentary, opinions through entertainment. Look at the song by NWA. What do they call it? Fuck the Police. I think I said that right. It's a social commentary on what was going on in their lives. Their personal effect, the personal things happening to them, combined with entertainment, which unfortunately is exaggeration. Opinion, nothing a fact in that song. It's a commentary on society. And so when you look at rap, you see that over and over again. I had my secretary print me a couple songs, rap songs, while I was pouring a cup of coffee. And the first one is Carly B, WAP. I find it bad to say what WAP means, but
yeah, true.
It's a popular song. I think it's somewhat derogatory.
Yeah, well, that word is a derogatory, racist word for a certain set on that nation. I think it's Italians, isn't it? Is it? Or is it Spanish? Something like that. But it's not good. It's not good. Not good what?
But then again, I'm not the audience for that song. And I know that. I know nothing in that song. Nothing talking about is true. I know it's entertainment. I know it's social commentary. Miss Grooms testified even her students knew that at a young age. The same thing I knew when I was watching Johnny Carson, The Late Night Show, and SNL, Saturday Night Live, with my grandfather when I was a kid. That's all entertainment. They make fun of everybody for entertainment. And some of it is a social commentary. But it is not fact. And everybody knows that. Nobody looks at Lil Wayne's song Pussy Monster and says there's a monster in that song. Everybody knows it's exaggeration for entertainment. Is he commenting on something? Sure. But it's not fact. And I can keep going. Megan Thee Stallion with sex talk. I mean, it just goes on. They use derogatory language. It's designed to entertain. Drew Hastings, former mayor of Hillsborough, was a comedian. I got to go to one of his stand-ups. Some of it was funny. Some of it wasn't. Some of his jokes, like those of Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor, some of them are not tasteful, but they're still jokes. They're not facts. And we know that. That's what a reasonable person listening to that would understand. And that's the point. This is not a vacuum. We don't live in a vacuum. Let's face it, if we lived in a vacuum, we'd all be dead because we couldn't breathe. So we
There's no such thing as a naturally occurring vacuum.
live in a world full of everything, where we see things. We watch SNL.
I love the fact that he's appealing to the reasonableness of the jury to elicit a reasonable response.
It's a very good argument so far. Very good argument.
So that when the time comes to pass down the verdict, it will be reasonable based on the freedom to exercise one's speech.
We know it's entertainment. We know it's going to pick on people. We understand that they're picking on public officials. Yeah. They picked on Joe. They pick on Donald Trump all the time, Sleepy Joe. I mean, go down the list, even Teflon Ron was made fun of. So as you go back, nobody thinks that's fact. Nobody's going to take it that way. When they post their clips on YouTube, when they post their clips on Facebook, people don't look at it and go, that's the truth. No, they understand it's common.
Well, some people look at other people on YouTube and say, that's the truth, when it's not actually the truth. But yeah, I get the sentiment. Oh, it's great.
They understand they're going to talk about it going forward. And if you look at his posts, you see the little signs of that too. Iteration. Things that you see in a song. I mean, because after all, you know, a song's catchy, right? It has beat, song, you know, words rhyme. You know, she thinks my tractor's sexy and, you know, it sticks with you. When we listen to Lemon Pound Cake, you heard the iteration. You heard how it came together as entertainment. So we don't exist in a vacuum, and a reasonable person doesn't exist in a vacuum. As the judge said, you are a reasonable people. You get to decide what's reasonable, which means you get to use your experience. You get to use your understanding of what those are, of your understanding of Joe, of your understanding of rap music, music in general. I'm not going to sit here and say that these 7 people were happy about what happened to them. I'm not going to say that. That'd be stupid. But what I am going to say is they are public officials. We see it on the news all the time, public officials made fun of. Let's go back to voir dire. During my voir dire, we talked about, with the one juror that's gone, we talked about that, yes, I ran for public office. She agreed I put myself out as a public official. She agreed that it was an opinion when someone called me a baby killer. Even our witnesses on the stand, I asked that question. They said a crooked defense attorney is not a vine, it's a matter of opinion. Crooked cops, dirty defense attorneys, Oh, wait, one witness did want to say I might not have taken a shower. But those are all opinions, exaggerations, not statements of fact. And we know that. And that's why public officials are held to a higher standard, because that standard is what is expected of them as subjecting themselves to public scrutiny. They all testify that people have criticized their work. I mean, after all, we look at the search. There is, even Mr. Newland admitted it wasn't perfect. I think we can see from how the money was handled, the investigation. I would have liked to have seen a more thorough job myself. I mean, we have the chain of custody, the money that
shouldn't have been searched at all.
Is it laying there? Mr. Newland didn't know that. We have an unsealed evidence bag. We have 10% of all evidence, money evidence in the Adams County evidence locker miscounted. And then keep in mind that miscount on those is less than what is alleged to miss here. We got people saying we had a miscount, yet they can't even bother to notify the court in an official document that they made a mistake. Just let it ride. As far as the public record knows, which they never corrected, Mr. Foreman never got back all this money.
Nope.
They want to talk about an investigation, but they can't even put in a single piece of paper to correct his mistake. I don't know if I call that lazy or what, but I think it goes to what you consider a fact. Because what is a fact?
I
can't
call
always
it
know what a
theft.
fact is. Fact is something you can disprove, right?
Well, theft.
But can we truly disprove that? Looking at all the evidence, there is questions. If there's questions, it's not a fact. Now, people will form opinions based on that. I formed an opinion. I imagine everybody here's formed an opinion. We know that they formed an opinion because they didn't like being called a thief. So that was their opinion. But people are allowed to have opinions. People are allowed to express them. What people are expressing when they call them thief is not a literal statement. It is not a fact. It is a social commentary on the fact that they didn't do things correctly. And they can't even articulate how they could fix it. That is a social commentary if I ever heard one.
Right.
They don't like it? That's not their choice to like it or not. They're public officials. They're going to be held to a higher standard. Their work's going to be criticized. I mean, that's just what happens when you're a public official.
So it should be criticized. So it should be, especially in the position.
No reasonable person would
Or
expect.
at least it should be subject to criticism. You know what I mean?
A police officer not to be criticized. They've all been called names before. Has it affected them personally? Yes. Ms. Grooms testified it made no difference in her life. Her kids didn't take it seriously. And she's taught for damn near 30 years. But they seem to take it seriously. And I come back to Mr. Grooms. He's worried about going out on a call and being shot. Now, maybe I'm old-fashioned. But if I'm going out on a call, I'm worried about getting shot. I'm going to call my wife and tell her to be safe.
Right.
Not sit here and go, I'm worried about me. That's not what you do. You take care of your family. Mr. Walters wanted to point that out. That just goes to show us he didn't take it seriously. Now, I'm not going to say they're not afraid. Anytime they go on a call, the highway patrol will tell you scariest things at traffic stop. You know nothing about the person. You're there by yourself, and things can change in an instant. Is that scary? Fuck yeah. I'd be scared. But if you're truly scared, you take the steps for it. You start having your family do stuff. You start doing that. If you believe what you're saying, you take the steps towards it. You didn't take the steps. No one else talked about how they took.
My point exactly, Derek. Most politicians in general try to escape any accountability when it's literally their job to take it and what they get paid for. When they do their job, it's theft. Exactly. Like I was saying about the cops, the position they're put in, they should be subject to criticism.
Steps either, did they? And why does that matter? Because a reasonable person is going to look at that. After all, let's go back to me not taking a shower. How would you know I didn't take a shower? Hair clumpy, probably matted, probably got dirt all over me. That's how you would see. That's how you would prove if that's an opinion or fact. Now, even then, you might say Dave just fell in the mud. But no reasonable person would take it in the vacuum. And I want you to think about everything in context. What rap is music, how it's entertainment, how the language works on it, how jokes are made. I want you to think back to that because that colors how you see it. I love picking on Joe. He's a good sport for it. Look at that suit. Does he look like a man who thinks that everybody's going to assume that everything he's saying is fact? I mean, he's like a comedian. He exaggerates for the sake of entertainment. That's who
I would say through his music, he is a comedian. His songs are always funny. I mean, the first one I ever heard was obviously Because I Got High. Great song, loved it. In fact, people used to say it to me because at the time, well, I love to get high.
Yes. I'm not going to say it's tasteful to everyone, but some people do find it entertaining. I asked an important question about them. I said, do you believe everything in the newspaper? No. Do you believe everything you read on the internet? No. We all know that to be true. A reasonable person knows that. People can post opinions, social commentary, and hurtful things all over the internet. And it is just to be expected. That's why we are supposed to use our own filter, use our common sense, use our experiences in life. So while hurtful, it was not fact. It was music, entertainment. Stuff that no reasonable person would understand, especially not a public official, because we see it on TV all the time. We see it on the internet. You see it on Facebook. Sometimes people want to turn off Facebook because there's so much political commentary and stuff. But that's expected. Do I expect everything I read is fact?
Yeah, well, there's a saying here that someone who represents themselves has got a fool for a solicitor. So yeah, always get a lawyer. Don't represent yourself. It's not a good idea.
Most of it's fact. I think it's everybody's opinion, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one and it stinks. But that doesn't mean they can't have it. That doesn't mean they can't express them. That doesn't mean they can't make a song about it.
Right.
Truth is a defense. That's why we talked about theft. That's why we showed all that. Because I wanted you to see how the money's handled. There's a lot of confusion around it. And for that reason. Before I get to another point, I want to address something that's bouncing around my head. Bob says, what does this message send if you find for Mr. Foreman? I rephrase that question a little differently. What does this message send if we find that music and social commentary, while maybe not the most tasteful thing in the world, is silenced because a public official, while hurt by it, yes, unhappy by it, yes, pissed off, yes, emotional, yes. What opinion does that sound? I mean, if you can sue people, music artists, comedians to shut them down, that's what we're looking at here. I'm sorry they feel the way they do. But there's a certain amount that you have to take as a public official. It's part of the duties as a job. As we talked about during voir dire, as I've talked about them being called a baby killer, there are certain things you take and you move on. It's part of the job. The plaintiffs, or I should say Bob, talks about how they wanted it to stop. Where was the certified cease and desist letter? Where was all this done? None of that was done until after they started the lawsuit, until after they brought it to court to make it stop. That's what they wanted. They wanted to make it stop, yet they asked for money. The commentary on them is nebulous at best. You can see that when you look at it. We have Beetle Bailey, Gomer Pyle, Colonel King Kong Bundy. Some of these names are not as bad as others, yes, but they're all for artistic purpose. They're all for jokes. They're all for entertainment. This is not to paint them in a real life. No reasonable person would think that. It's kind of interesting because even Mr. Newman agreed that when he was called a pedophile by Mr. Foreman, yes, that is a horrible thing to call a person. But even he said it was Mr. Foreman's opinion. So he didn't believe it was fact. If your own witness doesn't believe it's a fact, how can a reasonable person find it's a fact? Bob went to great lengths to say nothing will stop him. Shows us where we're at. We got to stop his expression. We got to stop entertainment. We got to stop exaggeration. That's what Bob's talking about. What chilling effect does that have on the world we live in? Think about it. You don't like what a commissioner does. You don't like what our prosecutor does. You don't like what any public official does, and you make a joke, and you're drugging the court. It may not have been a tasteful joke. It may have been a bad joke. It may have been the greatest joke ever. But what we're saying is if they don't like it, we're back here. What does that say to you? Freedom of speech. What does that say to the world we live in? That's what this case is about. And Bob knows that. That's why he mentions it. That's why when you look at defamation and the jury instructions, you'll see that the first element of it is a statement. Portrayal of fact. Has to be portrayed as fact. No music video portrays as a fact. I don't watch Fuck Those Police and turn around and say, you know what, that's a fact. No. I say that's a song, it's entertainment, and move on. Sometimes I try to figure out what the words mean, what kind they're getting at, but I don't expect them to present a fact. Fourth element is the proximate cause. It's an interesting question there, because you'll get the definition of causation and proximate. And we never talked about that really during the trial. It's going to be something that I want to discuss. They talked about getting phone calls. None of those posts. Joe never said, call them and tell them this. Mr. Cooley testified that they mailed pound cakes to the office. Joe never said send them a lemon pound cake. These are things that other people have done. Joe never directed them to do it. He didn't cause it. He made a joke. He cannot control how people take it.
Right.
What they do, he's not that.
Not everyone's going to accept a joke. Not everyone's got to like a joke. Some jokes are distasteful and not tasteful at all. But at the end of the day, it's still a joke. If they meant it as a joke, it's a joke. Doesn't mean to say you're going to like it, but is it something you can sue someone over? It shouldn't be.
All he can do is make a joke, make a song. So that's something to consider. Was he the proximate cause, or was it someone else? I want you to understand when they get to the question of malice, if you get that far, it has to be actual malice. Public officials, it's a higher standard. Why? Because we hold public officials to a high standard.
So it should be.
Let's talk about the false light. That's their second cause of action. That says that a reasonable person would be justified in the eyes of the community, feeling seriously offended and aggrieved. I want you to go in on the eyes of the community. They want to say people's humiliating them, calling them names. The reality is a reasonable person in the eyes of the community is going to say, it's a song. It's a joke. I was flabbergasted to hear it myself, that they even thought it was a joke before they brought the lawsuit. Go to a Halloween party and bring a lemon pound cake. That, I almost have no words for that, honestly, because we're hurt, but it's a joke. Which one is it? So a reasonable person in the eyes of the community would understand it's a joke. Mr. Estep testified about the joke of the shirt. We got the pound cake joke. There's various jokes for this. This was not as negative. This is not change their view in the eyes of the community, because your reputation, which is what they claim is hurt, your reputation is like a shirt. You eat a hot dog, you drop mustard on it, you get stains on your shirt. Nobody's reputation is clean. Everything you do affects your reputation. The way you perform your job affects your reputation. They all admitted to that on the stand because I asked that question. They all said it does. How they counted that money affects their reputation. People can form opinions based on how they did their job and criticize them on it. That's a right we have. You have to forgive me. I have to flip through these. We didn't have a lot of time to prepare as things change on the fly. I think as you go back and deliberate, take a look at all these issues, analyze it in the context of music, entertainment, opinion, social commentary. It's not fact. And if you look at it, you can see that. Like I said, it may not be tasteful, may not be nice, but even SNL is not nice. South Park's not nice. These things are social commentaries, jokes, entertainment, and some of them are not nice.
Hey, Joe, good to see you, brother.
But you don't have to like everything. You don't have to like everything said about you, and you don't have the right to tell everybody that everything said about you should be sued for, especially if you're a public official.
True.
As such, I ask you to deliver a verdict in Joe's favor on all claims. I ask that because when you look at it, no reasonable person could see it as a fact. No reasonable person could see it as even false light. The community, if people called them, that's because the social commentary resonated with someone, resonated with what people experienced in the world. We've lived through a turbulent year, so we've all seen on the news what people are experiencing all over the country. Social commentary resonates because of that. That doesn't make him the proximate cause. That shows a deeper concern in our country that we should be addressing, not sitting here trying to decide if a music video is a fact or not. That's what's at issue here. And I'm confident as you go back in deliberations, you'll come to that conclusion too. And with that, I thank you again for your service, because it is not easy. And what you're about to do is not easy. It takes time and deliberation. It takes hard work. And I appreciate that you guys are willing to do it. And I reiterate again, that's what makes us a great country. Thank you very much.
And it's this.
What a thorough closing, man. That's an excellent closing, you know, and no wonder he won his. I mean, he was in the right anyway. He was in the right anyway, obviously, Afroman. But his lawyer, fantastic, man. Excellent closing and very thorough. You know what I mean? That's fantastically good. Excellent defense, man. Excellent defense. And to the point. And all truthful. What he said is factual. What he said is absolutely factual. Excellent one.
This guy and his office's hard work and that closing statement that secured a win for Afroman. Like it or not, we are all Afroman. And we either have free speech in this country or we don't. What kind of country do you want to live in?
Right.
Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Global Thought Police in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for sharing it with others. Thanks for commenting below. It really helps with the algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification and become a channel member. And I will see you in the next video.
Excellent. So that was somewhat a little different for a change. Somewhat a little different there. But yeah, no, he deserved to win that case. They should never have been going through his house. It was an illegal search. They found nothing. You know, money went missing. They tried to sue him for making money, making songs out of it and a little bit of money off of it to pay for the damages they made. They tried to sue him for $3.9 million. He deserved that counter sue, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And he told the absolute facts, told it straight to the lawyer when he was getting questioned, you know. And then his own lawyer, fantastic closing. Great. Right, we'll play out with Harry Mack. I'll put the link in for the Rumble side. We've got to go over Rumble. We've got 2 episodes of Mr. Inbetween, Series 2, Episode 11, Series 3, Episode 1, and then the movie The Last Dragon from 1985, Spoof Kung Fu. So, Harry Mack, let's do it.
My name is Harry Mack. I'm out here doing freestyles for people, man. Could I do a freestyle rap for you guys? Sure. Okay, dope. Could you guys each give me like a couple, creative, challenging words to use in my freestyle?
Scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs, nice.
Chiropractor.
Chiropractor. Are you a chiropractor?
No.
Me neither, but I love that word. All right, scrambled eggs, chiropractor.
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics.
Bird.
Bird?
Yeah.
Bird. All right, so we're going with scrambled eggs, chiropractor, hieroglyphics, and bird. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, yeah. Okay, okay, yeah. For styles like this, rappers give an arm and a leg. Ain't no worry, man, you ain't gotta beg. I do it now, get you faded like some beer out the keg. I'm quick to turn a rapper's brain into scrambled eggs. H-Mac getting busy, haters don't please me. Speaking of eggs, this beat is over easy. H-Mac, I break it down, I crack it like an eggshell. When I spit my lyrics, people know that I will excel. Push it to the limit, I am known globally. Kinda like the international coastal scene. Yeah, Mac known across the whole planet. When it comes to freestyles, they know he is gigantic. Yeah, dope rhymes, I'ma bust them forever. Like the fabric here on your coat, my flow is tougher than leather. H-Mac breaking it down, I'm the flyest rapper. When I spit, I make it crack. Chiropractor, Mac getting busy. They talk about it, I live it. Neither of us have paid a chiropractor a visit. But every time I spit, man, y'all know I spit it colder. Heavy boulders that I've been holding on my shoulders just to keep the game going. So I probably need to see one. Breaking out the cage when I spit it, it be free, son. I'm making it happen when I rhyme out in the park. Right from the heart, doing my art, I'm ready to spark. Okay, these rappers rappers talk about it, I really live it. I etch it in stone like it was hieroglyphics. Yeah, every time I rhyme, the people, they're gonna need this. Etch it in the wall like hieroglyphics in Egypt. Matter of fact, y'all know I came through to kill it, bro. Chiropractor, we about to take the first 2 syllables. Cause every time I rhyme, I deliver fly flows. Beautiful like hieroglyphics that you find in Cairo. Mag breaking it down, I make connections. I'm known for spitting freestyle bars in all directions. Yeah, and when I rhyme, I prove that Harry is an alien. Speaking of Hyro, shouts to Dell, the funky homo sapien. I break it down for the hieroglyphics crew. Rappers in the industry can't do what I do. Nice with the vocals, and my name is known around the global. In fact, my brand is even stronger than the Hyro logo. Just playing, I couldn't say that. One of the illest logos ever. Through all of hip-hop, we rep that Hyro shit forever. That's in the Bay Area, but now we out east. When it comes to kicking lyrics, people know he's a beast. I told y'all I'ma move past you, guaranteed to blast you. Like my man sweater, my vehicle's made by NASA. H-Mag really cracking all throughout the atmosphere. You don't have to fear, because the Mac is here. And when I drop the instrumental, they want more bass. My lyrics keep the instrumental warm like your North Face. Code, I keep it dope in a new fresh way. Shouts to my man skiing for the USA. Yo, every time I spit, it's advanced rap rhyming. And if freestyling with skiing, it's double black diamonds. H-Mag going beyond, I do my part. Here at the park, he got the water bottle by Embark. I embark on a mission, quick to cause a collision. Whenever I'm spitting, y'all know I'm repping my division. Yeah, started rhyming for 2, set my sound free. Suddenly I got a whole crowd trying to surround me. Mac, I get loose, and y'all know they can't test me. Damn, both of y'all rocking the fly Nike SBs. Y'all know I'ma break it down, forever get it done. When I spit right off the mental, people know I'm having fun. I'm nice with the word, truly absurd. I'm too sick to be cured. I'm running fast, I leave your vision so blurred. The illest you heard, rhymes is really crazy absurd. Every time I'm on the mic, yo, I take flight like a bird. Mag grabbing all the vocab they gave me. When I rhyme, I prove to y'all that I'm crazy. Over tracks, I'm bouncing, my flow is truly astounding. Matter of fact, these lyrics flow something like the fountain. I'm the main attraction, I'm spitting with the passion. Whack cats rapping, Mac toss them in the trash bin. It's over for y'all, when I'm flowing for y'all. My heart and soul, that's what the Mac's showing to y'all. Gotta shake your hands, thanks so much for getting that started. As one of the illest off the dome, the kid is regarded. And when I'm spitting in New York, I'm filling them with joy. My people, if you rockin' with me, make some noise. Let's go.
Right, done, guys. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. You're not joining us on Rumble. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. And I will see you over on the Rumble side. If not, I will see you. I won't be on streaming today because it's Monday, because I'm streaming into Monday. But I will be on Tuesday, definitely. See you over on the Rumble side. Here the sunset's free. It's free. Indeed. See you over there.